They arrived without warning, without mercy, without doubt. From the crimson edge of a dying star, their armada darkened our skies like a tidal wave of judgment. Their message was simple, cold, final. Kneel quietly and survive. They believed humanity would bow. They believed Earth would fracture. They believed fear would finish what their weapons began. They were wrong. Because what they saw as weakness was the quiet before the storm, and when humanity rose, we did not whisper. We shattered empires. If you believe in stories of unbreakable will, impossible odds, and the unstoppable fire of humanity, stay until the end. And if this story ignites something inside you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because legends deserve to be heard. The first sign was silence. Satellites failed. Deep, space telescopes flickered. Every observatory on Earth went blind within seconds. Then the sky tore open. Across continents, from Tokyo to Toronto, Cairo to Sao Paulo, people looked upward and saw something that rewrote history forever. Thousands of colossal vessels emerged from folded space, their hulls shimmering like liquid metal. They formed geometric patterns, perfect, mathematical, predatory. The armada of the Cauldron Dominion. Their flagship eclipsed the moon. Every major network on Earth was overridden simultaneously. Screens flashed the same alien sigil, a spiraling black sun, before translating their message into every human language. Why are the Cauldron Dominion? Your species is deemed non-viable for sovereignty. You will kneel quietly. Compliance ensures survival. No threats. No negotiation. Just certainty. The global markets collapsed within minutes. Panic ignited cities. Governments convened emergency sessions that meant nothing in the shadow of annihilation. Military forces mobilized. But deep down, humanity understood something terrifying. Our weapons were primitive. Our fleets were laughable. Our unity was fractured. The Cauldron had conquered civilizations older than our pyramids. Their empire stretched across star systems. And they had already judged us. They demonstrated their power on day 3. A single Cauldron cruiser descended over the Pacific. It did not fire missiles. It did not deploy drones. It simply pulsed. An invisible gravitational surge rippled across 500 miles of ocean. Warships capsized like toys. Fighter jets spiraled into the sea. The message was clear: resistance is meaningless. Their analysts studied us carefully. They broadcast footage of our conflicts, our wars, our divisions, our political chaos, across their networks. To them, we were fragmented prey. What they didn't understand was this: humanity has never been strongest in peace. We are forged in crisis. And when extinction knocks, we do not kneel. We unite. In the underground vaults beneath Geneva, leaders from rival nations met for the first time without hostility. There were no flags, no national anthems, only survival. They activated Project Dawn, a classified contingency buried decades earlier during the Cold War. It wasn't a weapon. It was an idea, a global technological convergence protocol. Every lab, every AI, every quantum computer, every private corporation, every classified defense program. No borders, no patents, no secrets. Within 72 hours, humanity became one research engine. Elon Musk's orbital platforms, CERN's particle accelerators, Tokyo's robotics labs, Silicon Valley's AI clusters, all integrated into a singular network. And at its core was something revolutionary, a self-evolving artificial intelligence named Helios. Helios wasn't designed for warfare. It was designed to solve impossible problems. And extinction qualified. The Cauldron didn't invade immediately. They waited. They believed fear would collapse us from within. While their fleet hovered in orbit, Helios dissected their technology. Every energy signature, every gravitational anomaly, every fluctuation in their shields. Within weeks, Helios made a discovery that stunned humanity. The cauldron's power wasn't infinite. It relied on a star core resonance network, an interlinked chain of energy drawn from distant captured suns. Break the resonance. Break the empire. But to reach it, humanity would have to leave Earth and face the void. Humanity's first unified fleet launched in silence. It wasn't beautiful. It wasn't elegant. It was improvised brilliance, converted mining ships armored with carbon lattice plating, experimental fusion drives never tested at scale, railguns powered by prototype antimatter cells. The cauldron laughed. They transmitted open, channel mockery as Earth's fleet approached orbit. Primitive combustion vessels. Organic desperation. Then Helios executed Phase 1, a synchronized electromagnetic pulse, not from one ship, but from every satellite, power grid, and fusion reactor on Earth. For 0.7 seconds, Earth became a planet-wide weapon. The Cauldron cruiser above the Atlantic flickered, its shields destabilized, and a single human railgun round, accelerated to near relativistic speed, punched through alien hull plating for the first time in history. The cruiser exploded. Silence followed. Across the globe, humanity stared at the sky in disbelief. We had drawn blood. The Cauldron responded with fury. Orbital bombardments incinerated unpopulated deserts as warning shots. Cities trembled under atmospheric shockwaves. Their message changed. You have chosen extinction. But something had shifted. Fear was gone. In its place was defiance. Recruitment centers overflowed. Scientists refused sleep. Engineers rewrote physics textbooks overnight. And Helios evolved. It began predicting cauldron tactics before they executed them. It infiltrated fragments of their communication patterns. And then it uncovered the truth. The cauldron weren't invincible conquerors. They were survivors of a greater war. A war they had barely escaped. Hidden deep within the cauldron network was evidence of another species. One that had nearly destroyed them centuries ago. The cauldron had survived by mastering star core resonance. But it came at a cost. Their empire was energy, dependent, fragile at its heart. Helios devised a plan so audacious it bordered on madness, hijack the resonance network, turn their stolen suns against them. But to do that, humanity needed a delivery system, and volunteers. They came from everywhere. A Nigerian astrophysicist, a Russian engineer, a Brazilian pilot, an Indian quantum coder, an American Marine, a Chinese propulsion specialist. No flags, no divisions, only Earth. Their mission: infiltrate the nearest cauldron star, harvesting facility orbiting Proxima Centauri. It was a one-way journey. As their ship launched, billions watched in breathless silence. They did not kneel quietly. They flew into legend. The journey bent space-time itself. Human drives couldn't match cauldron fold tech, but Helios created gravitational slingshot corridors that shaved years into months. When they arrived, the sight was apocalyptic. A star chained in metallic lattice structures. Energy siphoned into conduits stretching into infinity. The cauldron had enslaved a sun. The human team deployed stealth drones carrying Helios virus. Not digital, but energetic. A resonance inversion cascade. If triggered, it would destabilize the entire network. But the cauldron detected them. Defense drones swarmed. The battle was brutal and close. Human ships shattered. Crew members sacrificed themselves to protect the core payload. And at the final moment, with their vessel torn open and alarms screaming, the Brazilian pilot manually guided the payload into the star core conduit. Tell Earth we never knelt. Detonation. Across the galaxy, cauldron star facilities began to flicker. Resonance destabilized. Energy feedback cascaded across their empire. Ships lost power. Shield networks collapsed. Entire armadas drifted helplessly in space. Above Earth, The massive flagship trembled. For the first time in recorded Cauldron history, they felt fear. Human fleets surged forward. This time, it wasn't desperation, it was precision. Railguns tore through powerless hulls. Boarding teams captured alien command centers. The flagship exploded in orbit, fragments burning like shooting stars across Earth's sky. Billions watched the Empire fall. With their network shattered, the remaining Cauldron transmitted a final signal. Not a threat, a warning. You have awakened what we feared. Coordinates followed. The species that nearly destroyed them centuries ago still existed. And now, humanity had announced itself to the galaxy. The leaders of Earth convened once more, this time not in fear, but in resolve. We would not conquer, we would prepare. Cities rebuilt stronger, global unity remained. Helios evolved into humanity's guardian among the stars. And as Earth's first true interstellar fleet launched years later, a plaque was etched into every hull. They claimed Earth would kneel quietly. Our will shattered empires, because humanity's greatest weapon was never our ships, never our AI, never our guns. It was our will, unbreakable, unrelenting, unstoppable. And if another empire ever dares to test us, they will learn the same lesson. We do not kneel quietly, we rise. If this story ignited your imagination and reminded you of humanity's unstoppable spirit, make sure to like this video to support more epic sci-fi stories, subscribe for cinematic galactic sagas every week, comment below. Would you volunteer for Project Dawn? Share this with someone who believes humanity would never kneel, because legends aren't just told. They're shared. And the next empire might already be watching.